To be frank, I was not a believer of Paytient right off the bat. I was very skeptical. I was very aggressive in my conversations with Brian, the founder, and he convinced me that it was something worth looking at for a specific employer, and they've not disappointed. I get positive feedback from these employees constantly. My name's Tom Kayser. I am an employee benefits consultant. I've been in the employee benefits field for about 35 years now. It's a pretty simple platform. It's a vehicle for employees to get an interest-free loan on their medical, dental, vision, pharmacy, and their veterinarian bills, of all things. Paytient had called on me for multiple years. I've worked with Brian on and off on other endeavors, and frankly, it was a function of one of my large employers getting a unbudgetable renewal from their insurance carrier, and there was a need to raise the deductible, frankly double the deductible, in order to meet budget. And ironically enough, we doubled their deductible. They saved about $50 per employee per month, and we layered Paytient as a solution for that. So the CFO was quite happy with the cost savings. I vividly remember these employee meetings where I was the guy that had to get up and explain this doubling of the deductible. There was a lot of scowls on the 100 employees' faces. The Paytient representative came in and right after me explained how Paytient was going to be a means to fund that additional deductible. And literally, the Paytient employee got a standing ovation. So that was quite an eye-opening experience for me, and it made me realize the value Paytient brings to the table. I have one specific consortium of schools that has 12 school districts. They've had Paytient for about 4 years now, and they're embarking on their $1 million benchmark in terms of funding healthcare expenses and or veterinarian expenses to the tune of $1 million. I routinely get feedback from employees that they were able to get healthcare that they otherwise would have postponed, and frankly would have probably created higher costs, just a higher claim for that employer. But now that they're going to seek that care, they end up saving money for themselves as well as their employer. And this is an opportunity to lessen the burden on the employees. So I feel like it's been a win-win. I'd like to employ a consumer-driven model in most of my employers, an HSA, if you will. Those financial savvy employees utilize Paytient as a HSA preservation tool. They would rather tap into Paytient than their HSA account, so they can then build their HSA for future use. In a world where carriers overpromise and underdeliver, a lot of employers, particularly HR directors, are skeptical of people overpromising. Payroll companies overpromise, insurance companies overpromise. Paytient's implementations have been flawless, and they do it quickly. Frankly, as a broker, it's a differentiator for me. One of the things I hate a lot about being a broker is prospecting, going out and pursuing new clients. Ironically enough, my partnership with Paytient has allowed employers to reach out to me. I've won groups that I otherwise wouldn't have had a shot at because of my partnership with Paytient. I have opportunities right now. I'm working on a 400 life group that actually approached me because of my partnership with Paytient. So it's been a very eye-opening experience for me. There's no doubt that there's a bright future for Paytient. They're best of breed in the space they're in. There's a lot of pressure from employers with inflation where it is, wage inflation where it is. Employers, frankly, are going to have to continue to skinny down their health plans, and Paytient is a vehicle for them to do that and lessen the burden on their employees. So I firmly believe Paytient has an amazing, bright future.